located deep in the jungle of Sellersburg, Indiana, far behind the barbed wire, entrenched somewhere inside the confines of Pop Music Academy, lurks the deplorable, unredeemable hosts of community service radio. And now, without further languish and agony, the hosts of community service radio, Jackie Smith, Russ Martin, and Tim Ritalik. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, Jackie.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Going good for me?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to rock this radio?
Yeah, we are ready to rock this radio.
We call it radio even though it's internet.
Yeah, but you know what? To me, this is radio.
This is radio.
This is radio?
This is radio.
This is radio. Of course it's radio.
It's kind of groovy.
Speaking of that, this is, by the way, I'm Russ Martin. This is Tim Ritalik. This is Jackie Smith. And this is Community Service Radio. And I had a person ask me tonight, or this afternoon, how they can find this radio show on the internet.
I thought you'd never ask.
Perfect. All right.
And
the answer to that is?
okay. So you can go to the blog at commsr.blogspot.com. Again, that's commsr.blogspot.com.
2 M's.
Yes, 2 M's. You can also go to the Facebook page, commsr7777. That's 4 sevens. And you can also go to Twitter.
Is that at COMMSR?
At COMMSR
Okay.
7777.
And that is, where does that send you to?
It'll bring you to the Facebook page of Community Service Radio.
Okay. And the next one is?
The next one is Twitter, and that's Desert Dog Music. So you can hear the show there too.
Desert Dog Music.
It's at Desert
cool.
Dog Music.
And
you can just find the tweets and go there.
How about SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, well, we'll get to that one.
Okay.
If you find the others, will you need SoundCloud?
No.
And it'll be there if you need it, but the videos I haven't been putting on SoundCloud.
Now, some of these things you can find on YouTube too, right? They're going to be posted on YouTube.
Well,
this one will be on YouTube.
It'll be, right, the link is from YouTube to these sources.
Okay. Find it on YouTube. And we have a subject tonight.
Do tell.
You know, before we get to that subject,
you can put your eye out with that thing.
I read a very interesting article. I think you guys might find it interesting.
Okay.
Have you ever watched a documentary where you see guys in scuba diving gear, right? And when they're ready, they sit down on the edge of the boat and they roll backward into the water?
Yes.
Do you know why they do that?
Because they're falling into the water.
No.
Because if that's the weight of the water?
Because if they rolled forward, they'd just be in the boat.
That reminds me of another joke that Tim had.
Right up there with his...
It's kind of a sequel.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the show. How about that, guys?
All right, let's go to the show.
The subject tonight was going to be, we are not going to vote for a particular person as much as we're going to vote for... Tim, how did you put that?
Well, the chatter on social media is just... It's gotten to be just so much, well, your candidate is a horrible person. Well, your candidate is a horrible person. Well, you know, it may not come as a complete and total shock to you guys, or maybe to anybody out there, that I have been the least enthusiastic Trump supporter at this table.
And I don't like that.
Well, but that's okay.
But you know what? You're my friend anyway.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that in the last few weeks, the choice has become crystal clear.
It has.
And I am coming out of the closet tonight.
Whoa.
I am on the Trump train.
Wow.
And, you know,
That's big.
I may lose a few Facebook friends tonight. So be it.
It's okay.
I know.
Then I have a request. Go ahead.
You are on, well, this is going to be a long question here. I mean, you are on the Trump train. Not because of Trump, but because of the issues, correct?
Yeah, I'm not. Here's the thing.
That's my...
And like I said, everybody's saying, your candidate's a horrible, despicable person. Well, your candidate's a horrible, despicable person. I'm not voting for personality. Yeah. I'm not voting for anyone's character.
And
I'm voting for the preservation and hopefully eventually the restoration of our Constitution.
Amen.
Amen.
Let's put it this way. If Mother Teresa and Jeffrey Dahmer were the candidates, and Mother Teresa was going to appoint activist Supreme Court justices who will legislate from the bench and turn the Supreme Court into nothing more than a rubber stamp for any liberal president and a roadblock for any conservative president. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Dahmer is going to secure our borders, preserve our culture as a nation, and lower taxes, reduce regulation to truly stimulate our economy. Okay, I'm voting for Jeffrey Dahmer.
You couldn't have chosen Blinky the Clown.
Just that particular president would have
I don't know. Those two came to mind.
Right.
But here's the thing.
Very
Like I
understandable. Very understandable. So,
we get the point. Right.
with that being said, what are you looking for in a president?
said, what am I looking for? Well, someone who will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, as his oath of office said.
Sounds great.
I sincerely believe that our current president took that oath of office with no intent of upholding it.
He spit on it.
Yes. I look for, well, let's put it this way. If the United States were a high school, who would the president be?
If the United States was a high
If
school,
the United States were a high school, who
principal.
No.
who would it be? The
No.
superintendent.
No. The janitor.
The janitor would be the president.
If the United States were a high school, the president would be the custodian. The guy who keeps the guy who keeps the heat working, the lights on, makes sure the locks on the doors work, and then steps out of the way to let the people who do the real business of the high school, the students and the teachers, get on with.
Rust, what did you get out of that? That man is smart.
I know. He never ceases to amaze me with some of his analogies.
I have to admit something.
Jeffrey Dahmer was a little much, but
He was. I was hoping he was going to say Blinky,
Blinky
the clown.
Bullwinkle, anybody.
Bullwinkle,
you know.
anyone? Yes, Bullwinkle. Yeah. Natasha.
But we got the point. We got the point. Anyway, you was going to say. I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
Hang on. Gone. Sorry.
Okay.
No, that was fantastic. That makes perfect sense to me.
People keep talking about the president running the country. The president doesn't run the country. The people of the United States run this country.
Mm-hmm.
They need to run the country. That's
They
correct.
need
That's
to
why.
run the country.
That's why school
Well-
needs. That's why education needs to go back to
Hang
the
on,
states.
guys. Hang on, guys. Now, the last time I checked, this was a republic, right?
That's true.
So it is a land of laws, right?
Not a democracy.
Thank you.
A republic.
Democracy is a word that's used a lot and has meaning, but it is not what we are. We're a republic, a land of laws. Mm-hmm. So,
Okay, I get you.
what does the custodian do now?
Right now, the custodian is interfering with every single student's education, micromanaging, running from student to student, telling them how they should no, not telling them how they should think, telling them
Yeah.
what they should
Yeah,
think.
he's gone to macro managing.
Yes. Yes.
He has.
So-
He has. He's gone wacko. And would that just continue if Hillary Clinton were elected president?
It would not only continue, it would get worse.
Yes. And can you think of some things that would be worse?
Well, there's people bring up the Second Amendment.
Right.
And
lot.
you keep people saying, well, the president can't repeal the Second Amendment. That would take, an amendment of the Constitution ratified by 2/3 of the state, and that's not going to happen. You don't need to, well, for one thing, the amendment doesn't say the right to keep and bear arms shall not be repealed.
Right.
It says it shall not be infringed.
That's right.
You don't have to repeal it
Right.
to deny people of its protection. All you've got to do is appoint judges who will put such onerous restrictions on it that they render it meaningless. That is what people are concerned about.
For example, some of the restrictions that they put on the arms manufacturing folks,
Oh, it's
who are
bad.
taxed out the wazoo or whatever. They put so many regulations on this and that and the other. So and they're talking about doing that right now.
When was the last time either one of you purchased a firearm?
Oh gosh, about 18 months ago,
And
it was for my son.
Oh, since I was a teenager.
Okay. So you bought one for your son?
Yeah.
I bought one recently, and another one recently. Okay. Anyway, here's the point I'm going to make with this. Did you have to fill out a questionnaire? Oh,
Yes.
I did too. This last questionnaire I filled out almost made me sick to my stomach because it asked the same question about 100 different times.
And
About-
what was that question?
Am I going to use this gun for? Am I a legal alien? Am I an illegal alien? About 15 different times in 15 different ways. Am I? You wouldn't believe the questions that were being asked, and Hillary wants to make it worse.
She has.
It took me 35 minutes to make it through the questionnaire. And most of it was ridiculous, redundant questions being asked in several different ways.
Speaking of that, I read an article in this book right here that Tim has written about. By the way, this is Dangerous Subversive Heresies again by Tim Metallic sitting here beside me. He's got a chapter in here on guns, and there's some interesting numbers in there. And one of them is that the number of people killed by registered guns in, say, Chicago or Detroit, wherever it was like in all of history of guns is what, like 2 in Detroit. What was that? You remember?
Actually,
you recall that article?
it was Canada has had gun registration for decades, under the guise of making it easier to apprehend criminals who used those guns.
By the way, you're on Kindle too. Okay,
yes,
go
I
ahead.
am.
Continue.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in all those decades, it has led to the apprehension of 2 criminals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you? People that use guns illegally own them illegally.
That's correct. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And that argument stands.
When you take the guns
The test of
away
time.
from us responsible people that are responsible and actually obtain, conceal and carry and whatever, you take those guns away from us, and the only people that are going to have them are
The criminals.
the criminals,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's a fact.
And the government.
Yes, and
And,
the criminals.
Yeah.
The criminals and the criminals.
In this case, in these days and times, the government. Yes, right.
Yeah.
The criminals.
I saw a movie once where only the military and the government and the police, had guns. It was called Schindler's List.
Oh, yeah. Russ, can you reach that without losing your connection? That book over there? I can reach it. Be
one?
right back, guys.
Which
You
one
keep
are you
talking.
talking about?
Keep talking.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give
I mean,
you a
you-
subject.
He's got a book on something over there. Is that Schindler's List that you even have? Oh, no.
Oh,
No.
no.
Here we go.
No. This is another something that we can look
Plug.
at.
Hillary's America.
Show
Yes.
that to the camera. That's Hillary's America by Dinesh D'Souza,
The
right?
Secret
Dinesh
History
D'Souza.
of the Democratic Party.
Yeah. This is amazing. We've plugged this a couple times. I gotta tell you guys, I've watched it twice now, and
I have yet to see it once. When are we going to have the
Oh.
movie night?
we need to have
Well,
a movie
you missed
night.
a movie night here a while back. We watched 93 minutes of it, but
Yeah, we can watch it again.
it's so informative. I mean, you're going to love what it's got to say. It's similar. He's got the same logic, the same, I don't know, great information as this book's gotten into.
What I really like about Dinesh D'Souza's movies, both this one and what was the last one?
It was about. It was the one that landed him in prison. You mean?
Yes. But the thing is, you get done watching these movies and you are inspired. You
Exactly.
are
Very
much
proud
inspired.
to be an American.
Very much so.
When you get done watching a Dinesh D'Souza movie.
I actually picked the book up, "Stealing America," and that was about. It's about Barack Obama and Hillary. Yeah.
And that's the one that sent Dinesh D'Souza. Well, actually, what happened was Dinesh had donated too much money to a politician, and Obama didn't like it.
When did we hear that before?
Huh? Well, anyway, and so he kind of went through some roundabout ways and got Dinesh imprisoned.
Yeah.
And so this came out of that little time that
it
he
did.
spent in prison. So.
It did. And it's an amazing movie.
And by
guys.
the way, you can get this. This was a copy that you bought off of
Amazon.
Amazon
Yeah, for about $12.
for about $12.
$12.
So you won't regret it.
Less than you could take your family to the theater for.
That's right.
That's right. Less than a lunch. sometimes.
I sometimes wonder why anybody goes to the theater anymore, because once you take 3 people to the theater, you could own the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
forever.
it
Yeah.
takes. What's it cost a family of 4 to go to watch a movie? About $70 by the
About,
time you.
Yeah.
But when you get
Yeah.
popcorn and all that, I'll guarantee it's going to cost you every bit of it.
yeah.
Has me several times.
Yeah.
And before we go, this can be found on Amazon.com. You said
Right.
this can be found at
Amazon.
Amazon.com
and on
and in the Kindle store.
In the Kindle stores.
And it is a great read, guys. You won't be able to put it down, and gals. You
It really
won't be
is.
able to put it down.
Go
I
check
can't.
it out.
I start reading it, and I stay up all night reading your book.
And for you liberals out there, this is not just this is a all-around book. Tim, would you explain that part of the book?
Read the face.
I'll tell you, the subtitle is Examinations of Politics, Religion, and Sex, guaranteed to irritate and aggravate both the left and the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is not all that's in the book. He mentioned religion, sex, politics. There's about, I don't know, at least
Bigfoot.
20 chapters in this thing of great, great information.
Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah. Don't give it away.
Well,
Go
you have to
get
read
it.
You have to read
Please
it,
go
so,
get this book.
Yeah. And I guess with that being said, maybe we're done. Do you guys anyone want to bring anything else up?
Have a good night, everyone.
Everyone
Yeah.
have a good night. All right. Yeah.
See you next time.
Yay.